forces people to react to a potential safe special after the 1, 2, 3, which this is uninterruptible, by the way. So it's safe. Of course, you can do the overhead, and if it's unsafe though, and if they're conditioned, you can simply cancel it. It's not in range, so you're gonna have to do forward 4 or take a step in and grab something like that. But the reason I usually take this one is because after they're conditioned to block, I don't do it, and then I get a poke in, or I don't even get a poke in, I just keep my attack going. The staggers, that's his best tool. By the time you've reacted to one being a stagger, he hits you with something else and opens you up. You know, the pause of the stagger is a little bit longer, but by the time you react, you're not going to react. So you're forced to keep blocking, and then he's in range to grab you. And with his back throw, he's close. He's really close, which is why with Kang, by the way, you don't want to send them flying because you always want to be in their face, unless you want to zone, which, you know, it's an option. Look at this stagger. Look how fast this is. You can interrupt that. I mean, it's very fast. It would have to be a read if they press a button, and because, you know, they're trying to interrupt, that's when you do this to them. And after that, when they're conditioned, you just don't give up your turn. And that's the mind games with Kang, right? So you could do something like this. If they press a button, and because, you know, they're trying to interrupt, that's when you do this to them. And after that, when they're conditioned, you just don't give up your turn. And that's the mind games with Kang, right? So you could do something like this. Dragonfire, which is the buff. Let's look at how much more damage it does. So if I put this guy like this, let's just do 1, 2, 3. 264 compared to 220. Ooh, that's massive. That's 40 damage more just from having a buff. You set up your Dragonfire off of staggers like this one. And then you have to block, or even this. And that's confusing to people because usually they're used to 2 kicks, right? But here you do that. Things like that. You know, this one, they're used to 2 kicks. You can just cancel it immediately. Just doing like standing 1 and 2 Dragonfire. And then usually people are like, whoa, they're not used to it. And then you don't have to give up your turn even though you're minus 18. Things like that, right? It's not real either. But here you're incentivized to look to see if they are actually completing the string or not, because the string is unsafe. And that little time that you take to look is why it's unsafe. On massive reads, it's not going to work. So canceling it and going for other attacks or for grabs. So that's the reason why you would cancel it. Things like that, right? Yeah. In the corner, if you do back three in the corner is great. If you have the low projectile, because you can get an easy combo, which is super damaging. But the others, like I've showed you the others, but it's super difficult to do this. Whereas the back 3, it's not difficult at all. And by the way, this is -2, right? So this is abusable right here to poke, especially since if you've been doing other things like this. Yeah, on read it's duckable, but if you block the first one, the other ones hit you. Only the last one, when you block, can be ducked, apparently. Let's try it from other strings. There you go. The point is that it combos. That's the point.